Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my previous and subscribers, welcome my baby dinosaurs. And so for today's video, we're going to be talking specifically about the impeachment trial and whether or not, what way senators are going to vote. I covered within a small section of the video, which I will show you. It's 25 minutes. I was able to get through about 38 senators in 25 minutes. So all you're gonna see is I clipped out the part where I'm shuffling. All you're gonna see is me just telling you whether or not they're going to convict or acquit the president, or they will not be present. And so it's kind of interesting to see as I go through this entire thing. But quickly before we do begin, I want to say I love each and every single one of you. It has come to my attention that a lot of you guys have not been notified. So do not worry. In the description below, I will be putting in my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook group. On those 3 accounts, I will be notifying you guys as well in case YouTube does not notify you. So if there's a problem, let me know ASAP. If you don't use any of those social platforms, comment below in what you kind of do. And anyway, we're going to jump into it, all right? So this is for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only, YouTube. And the actual results are unknown. This is a hypothetical using tarot to give us one possibility that could happen. They all have free will, so the chances of this happening is 10 out of 80%, if I do the math correctly. I think it's 20, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. All right, so here, as you guys can all see on your screen right now, this is my source, so you guys can find and have access to this. It is USA Today. And so what I did was these are all the Republicans that I will be covering in this video. I don't know why there is a little cut there, but these are Republicans that I will be covering in this video, along with the Democrats here that are uncertain whether or not they're going to convict or acquit. And we have here all Republicans who said that they are planning to acquit the president. I went through a list of them with my guys last night, and they helped me pick a couple of them. Actually, there's some shocker ones that in there as well, like Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley, and Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. But moving on, this is the map as it currently stands today. Everything stands today. Donald Trump will be acquitted. This is the map as it looks right now. As you can see here, this is my map. So in blue, it's the senators who said that they are going to convict the president on the charges in the impeachment trial. The brown, you can all guess why. And so the brown is really for like people who are going to acquit the president. The light brown is like those who say they're going to acquit, but I'm a little suspicious about that they may actually end up convicting, or they may be more likely to convict the president. We have here in gray. Gray means that it's a toss-up. They can go either way, or the undecided. The yellow also means the undecided as well, and then black means they will not be present there at the trial. And so this is the overall map and what it ends up may looking like. This is one possibility what may end up happening. So there's that. If you guys have watched my impeachment trial meditation, this is the result in case you are wondering what the results are and what they end up looking like. So without a further ado, we're going to jump into it. I'm going to stop screen sharing this as you don't need to see it. And let me know if you do hear the video, okay? I will be contacting you guys, texting you guys in the live chat on my phone, because what I'm about to show you is a pre-recorded video of me talking to you. All right, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to jump into it. I hope you guys enjoy. For this part, this section of the video, we're going to be talking about the Republican senators that I feel like may be swinging their vote. And we do have some surprise, like Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley in there as well. This was helped for me by my spirit guides and my angels. They told me what it is that I need to focus on in terms of what senators are more likely to convict, or they're in the swing, but they say they're acquitting, but they're really not. And so there's a whole list here that I'm going through. Basically, for this whole entire video, towards the end, it's just going to be the senator's name, the state. Are they convicting? Are they acquitting? Or are they not present? That's all it's going to be. It's going to be quick and out. 100 senators to get through, so it's going to be a lot. We already have preset out. If you look on this map already, we have here in blue, in light blue, you can see that those are senators on the Democratic side who already admitted that they were going to convict. And so I'm not reading on them because I don't need to. But for those who said that they will acquit, I can see that in brown. You can all guess why. And the lighter brown are the states like Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz. You know, some of them are from states where I feel like they might be telling people that they're going to quit, but they're really not. And so we're going to take a more of a deeper look at that as well. And then the rest, as you see in gray, are just toss-up states. And black, of course, as you see on the top, it just means will not be present. And so all other, you know, shuffling parts or like other talking will be edited out of the video. It's just going to be really quick, okay? So I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. All right, we're going to jump into it. All right, so our very first senator is Ted Cruz from Texas. Is he going to acquit or convict, or will he not be present? All right, first thing is, I heard in my ear from my guys, convict. So let's look at John Cornyn from Texas. Will he be convicting, or will he be acquitting? He's going to convict. He will convict. John Cornyn will convict. Marco Rubio from Florida. Is Marco Rubio going to convict or acquit Donald Trump? I heard convict. Yeah, he's going to side with the Democrats here, and then he'll Trump. He does enough evidence. He's not going to follow party lines. He's convicting. What about John Thune from South Dakota? Convict. All right, Roy Blunt from Missouri. What is Roy Blunt going to do? The senator from Missouri, Roy Blunt. Is he going to convict, acquit, or not show up? I heard acquit. He's going to acquit for my guys. Let's just see what the cards have to say. Yeah, he is acquitting. No, actually, is he going to be present? Yeah, he's not going to be present because the Democrats are down, so are the Republicans. And it may come down. He may be either like a decider vote, or it does feel like to me he may not be present. All right, so Tom Cotton from Arkansas. Tom Cotton from Arkansas. Convict. Enough evidence. All right, Joni Ernest from Iowa. The senator from Iowa. She's going to break party line. She's going to go with the majority. She's convicting. Wow. Did not expect this. Chuck Grassley from Iowa. Is Chuck Grassley going to vote to convict or acquit Donald Trump? Okay, my guys told me acquit. Let's see what the cards have to say. Is Chuck Grassley acquitting, or is he going to convict? So there's an outcome. He's not sure yet, but he is thinking. And he's going to go back to the way things were in the past. And so it's a matter of time, really. It feels like he's a swing vote. I will put him as unknown. Okay, so let's look at Josh Hawley from Missouri. Okay, so we have here, he's going through this awakening, his realization. Something's going to click in his mind. And he's going to choose to go with the majority. He's going to convict. And it's because of the challenge here is that he wants to be president someday. So he's going to use this as a way to save his own legacy. So yes, he will be convicted, even if it hurts him in the short term. Cynthia Lemons from Wyoming. The senator from Wyoming, is she going to convict? Okay, so we have here, she didn't like the divisionness, she didn't like the partisanship within the Senate. We have here, she's kind of like a swing vote, the same thing, but it's going to come to her from her intuition. She's going to use her gut, and she's going to vote to impeach, which basically means convict. So she convicted. All right, so what about John Kennedy from Louisiana? These are all Republicans, by the way. All right, so we have here, he's not going to be present. So John Kennedy will not be present, so he is not going to be there in person. For James Barfield from Oklahoma, a senator from Oklahoma. All right, so we have here in the past, he may have said that he's going to quit. However, there's going to be evidence coming down. It's just going to be like in that moment, he feels like he needs like a strong urge to convict. And he's going to try, he wants to be, it's almost like he's going to be a bipartisan judge, like jury. He's going to not let his party get in the way. So it does feel like that he will vote to convict. So James Barfield. Oh, Langford. That's what his name is, Langford. Excuse me. Try to get through them as quick as possible. This is just for the Republican that say that they're going to acquit, but really they are considering whether or not they're going to convict. Neither of them said that they're going to convict, which is a good odds, which is really good odds. So that's good. So hi everyone. So this is the second part of the video. For this part of the video, we're going to focus on the Republican that have not stated publicly if they're going to vote and convict or acquit. These are not Republicans that have said that they're going to acquit. So these are almost like tossed-up Republicans, so to speak. And so we do have some Republicans who have voted to say that the impeachment trial is constitutional out here as well. And they have not outwardly publicized whether or not they're going to convict or acquit. So we're going to continue with the video. So as you guys all know, you guys are familiar with this entire screen. As you can see here, this is the map that you're all familiar with when we first started off with the video. Here's what everything from the senators that we already did who said that they were going to convicting. So like as you see in like the state of Texas with Ted Cruz and Jim Cornyn, as you see here, right? It's in green because those are Republicans who said that they were going to convict, so they will be convicting. As you see here in black, these are the two senators from Louisiana and Missouri who said that they will not be present or they're unknown. For the unknown one was in Chuck Grassley from Iowa as well, but everything else is filled out. Right now, the conviction votes currently stands with 9 Republicans voted in favor of conviction with 40 Democrats voted in favor of conviction. Let's see what the new map will look like at the end of this portion of the video. So let's begin. So for the next Republican that we have is Bill Cassidy from Louisiana. Spears and Angel, you can give me a direct answer. Is she going to convict? All right, so Bill Cassidy will convict. Excuse me. All right, what about Mike Crapo from Iowa? Mike Crapo from Iowa. Is he going to vote to convict Donald Trump? He's going to convict. So Mike Crapo is going to convict. All right, what about Jerry Moran from Kansas? Jerry Moran from Kansas will not be present. Okay. What about Todd Young from Indiana? He's going to convict, but what I was getting here is that he's involved in this and that he's going to get in trouble if he doesn't cover his tracks. So one of the ways she's going to cover his tracks is by convicting. So he is going to convict the president and blame it on him and not himself. All right, so let's look at Deb Fisher from Nebraska. Okay. We have from the conviction card here. Yep, she's going to convict. Deb Fisher from Nebraska will convict the president. What about Richard Shelby from Alabama? We have this card flipped. It's not even going to be close. He's already voting with the Democrats. That's probably why the Democrats are moving forward with the impeachment trial, because they know they have the votes. So it looks to me as Richard Shelby convicting Daniel Sullivan from Alaska. Daniel Sullivan from Alaska. All right, so again, this is, you guys all know Joe Biden's victory, right? The union between both parties. And here it is, him looking at, January 6th. What happened? And he's going to choose the Constitution, not because he's not going to side with the Democrats, but his moral standing with the Constitution. So he's going to convict the President of the United States. Rob Portman from Ohio. Okay, so we have here, he was a very popular, like, Republican incumbent, I guess. We have here as well, he's not seeking re-election. He already made the decision now that this is going to be his last big decision, and he's going to vote to convict. So it looks like Rob Portman from Ohio will convict the president. What about Jim Richards? Jim from RISCH. Don't know how to spell that, from Idaho. Okay, so it looks like here he says he's promising like Biden and Kamala that he's going to convict. Would it end up he votes in favor of Trump? Wait, hold on. It's some information. Yeah. No, he's going to end up, he's going to be like the deciding vote. He feels like he is the vote that it comes down to whether or not convict or to acquit. He might be the last senator that might determine that. It does feel like he's the one who has it all. That's why everyone's going to him, like, to try to convince him to vote a particular way. So I'll put, like, I'm going to put it in the unknown category. So unknown for now. Mitch McConnell from Kentucky. We all know him. Kermit the Frog. We all know him, right? So what I'm getting here is that he is going to convict the president, but he's had a lot of thinking. It's like he's not sure he knows the Republican Party is broken, and that this is the last chance to take it out of the Trumpism. We have the death to Trump. We have the reverse chariot, and we have here the Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be a dashing below, and it's just almost like sign of him leaving the party. So it feels like after he does this, he may end up resigning. All right, we're going to look at now the senators who voted to say that the impeachment trial was constitutional. So let's take a look at that. Mitt Romney from Utah. Will he vote to convict, acquit, or will not be present for the vote? He's going to convict the president. He's going to convict him. Yeah, there's enough evidence. He will convict him. All right, let's look at Ben Sasse from Nebraska. Okay, so this is him. This is the neoliberal, feels like. He's undergoing his awakening. He's experiencing, like, he's undergoing, like, this is should not happen to my own party. Like, almost like he feels like it's not the party that he used to know. We see here he's siding with Nancy Pelosi and the other Democrats. So a lot of the factor that makes him decide his decision is the women, the power of the women. We have here he has enough evidence, and that this is his last chance in his head. This is what he thinks. This is his last chance to save the party. And so he will vote to convict the president. Now the next person that we have here will be Susan Collins from Maine. So let's see what way she's going to vote. Okay, so we have here the Knight of Pentacles. We have here, it's kind of like in the past, she was stopping, she didn't impeach the president. Now what we have here is we have the stun, which is kind of like he will impeach. She will convict him. It's already on her mind. She's thinking about convicting him. And she just wants to end the Trumpism wing of the party and go back to the bipartisanship of the way the country used to be. And so this is kind of like her way of saying, like, I don't like the way the Republican Party is heading. This is the last chance, and I'm going to vote it out. Yeah, and then she's going to be, her political career ends, but it does feel like she will do the right thing. And I did get, like, a resignation, so she might resign right after that, potentially. So Susan Collins convicted. Lisa Murkowski from Alaska. That's a big yes. Again, we have here the big yes. She would do it. She'll do it in a heartbeat. We have here she's trying to save her party, the Republican Party. I mean, she says here the thing that decided her vote was there's so much evidence, and it will be a fool not to vote against it. And so she will be voting on conviction. So she will convict the president. And then Pat Toomey from Pennsylvania. I kept getting that name from my guys. And so let's just take a look at what he's done. Is he going to convict or acquit the former president of the United States? He's going to convict. So Pat Toomey will convict the president of the United States. He will be the dashing below to the Republican Party for that. What we have here, out of 15 Republicans, 13 out of 15 will vote to convict the president in terms of Republicans. So that's awesome. That's really good. Because we got that 9 last time. We're going to convict the president. This is really good. Now, the last thing that we need to know is, will the Democrats do the same? Will those 10 Democrats vote in favor of convicting the president? So let's take a look at that in the third portion of this video. So I'll see you guys there. Hi everyone, welcome to part 3 of this entire video, or live stream, because I'm live streaming it right now. But when you're seeing this, I am it's recorded. It's already pre-recorded. And so here is an astonishing map. I put all the maps in. As you can see here, this, if you've been with me since the beginning, this map may look very familiar. This is what the map that we were working with before. Right, as you can see here, all the states that are in gray are states where the senators have not publicly stated if they're going to convict or acquit the former president. We have here in light brown is for those senators that I feel like Republican senators who have already said publicly that they are going to acquit the president, but for some reason, me and my guys, we chose them to look at, and they haven't acquit the president, but really on the down low, most of them are, convicting the president. And so it's quite interesting to see how that plays out. As you all know, blue is for convicting, the undecided or unknown is yellow, and black will be not present. As you look to your left, you can see the ball. This is what we were working with, the map. That's what everything looks like. So as you all know, this is the updated map. Right now, all the Republicans filled in, the one that I felt suspicious about, and also the one that did not make a public statement. I can just see here, like in Texas, for example, green for Senator Jim Cornyn and Senator Ted Cruz. Even though they both started on all the news media outlets that they are going to acquit the president, on the down low, they are convicted. Even with Josh Hawley as well. If you see the black, you all know it, they are not going to be present. So in the state of Kansas, Missouri, and Louisiana, we have 3 senators that are not going to be present. Again, as you can see here as well, is that the 2 yellow from Idaho and Iowa means that they are unknown or undecided. They don't know what way they're going to lean. Brown, you all know that those senators are saying that they are going to acquit the president. Right now, currently stands at 23. And all the Republicans that I just did now wrote the added to the current map. And we have, they will convict the former president with 62 votes so far. You need 67 in order to have the vote to convict the president. So we are very close. The next thing that we're going to be doing is the next 10 Democrats to see whether or not they will seal the fate of the former president. And I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so for the first senator we're going to be talking about is Robert M. from New Jersey. Robert M. from New Jersey, the Democrat from New Jersey. Is he going to convict the president? Yeah, he's going to convict. He's unhappy with the way Trump did everything. He's very unhappy with the way he handled the insurrection, almost got him killed. And so he's going to do what he always does, and he's going to convict the president again. So yes, I will say Robert M. will indeed be convicting the president. All right, so now we all know this guy, Raphael Warnock from Georgia, the senator from Georgia. He comes from a reliable red state. Let's see, will he vote in favor of convicting the president? Yeah, we have here he won. He got undergone this awakening. He feels like there's no way in how I have to acquit this man, and he's gonna get the go-ahead. So yes, he will indeed convict. It feels like right now the thing that's gonna make his decision is him polling. So you're gonna poll in Georgia and see if it's very popular to convict the president. If the former president, if it is, he's gonna go ahead and do it. The Democratic senator from Montana, John Tester, is he going to vote in favor of convicting the former president of the United States? Yeah, okay, so we have here in the past, he didn't know where he pleads and what his state's gonna go. But he's right now, again, he feels like he's testing the waters by putting a political poll out there to see what his constituents think. We have here as well, he just wants Trump out. He just wants him out of the lives. And we have here as well that they are going to sign a document. Right now, his political opinion was going to be unknown until the day of. But if anything, if I were to bet on it, he is going to convict. He thinks there's enough evidence to convict him. So let's look at Tim Kaine from Virginia. I feel like it was really surprising to see two Democrats, senators from Virginia undecided, even though it's not a reliable blue state. But I guess there's some signs that it might not be. So Tim Kaine from Virginia, the senator from Virginia, the Democrat. Is he going to vote in favor of convicting the former president of the United States? Okay, we have, go ahead, he's going to convict him. So yes, Tim Kaine will convict the former president. Mark Warner from Virginia, the Democratic senator from Virginia. Mark Warner. Is Mark Warner going to convict the former president? Judgment, my impeachment, also like COVID card, his handling. I would say for sure they are going to convict the president. John Ossoff from Georgia, you all know him. I always mention about him. In the end, he is going to decide. We have here for John Ossoff, we have here, he knows this is a premeditated plan. We have here as well that this is just really something that he has to consider heavily, whether or not this is going to be politically damaging for him going forward. We have here right now, he's not going to tell the media what his plan is. He's just going to kind of do it and kind of sweep it under the belt, hoping that no one notices. But he does know that there is a lot of evidence. He is currently looking at that evidence, and he will make the right decision, and he will vote to convict. So John Ossoff will convict. All right, let's look at Jackie Rosen from Nevada, a senator from Nevada. Well, Jackie Rosen gonna vote in favor of convicting former President Trump. Okay, so we have here. She knows she's gonna lose her seat, kinda. She's not sure what way. In the past, she kind of didn't want to say anything, but she will secretly again do what John Ossoff is doing, and she will convict him, but she's gonna do it quietly. So yes, she will convict the former president. Okay, Mark Kelly. Let's look at Mark Kelly from Arizona. Okay, so we have here, he only won his Senate seat by almost 2%, a little bit under 2%. We have here as well, he knows this is the blue wave and that it may harm him in his re-election bid. So he's a little worried, but he is looking at the information, and in time he will make it a decision. And it's within karmic destiny, within his destiny to make it a decision, and he will be the deciding vote, and he will just add on to the conviction. So who will make the conviction larger, so to speak. So it looks like, yes, Mark Kelly will vote in favor of convicting the former president of the United States. And he is from Arizona. Kristen Sinema from Arizona, a Democratic senator from Arizona who won. Okay, so we have here the Empress, right? She's a little worried right now. She feels like she is a judge and jury. However, she's struggling in the polls. This is something that she's a little worried about. She's not sure if she's going to be the deciding factor for the former president. She doesn't want the immediate attention on her. So she's going to look to the past. I feel like there's a Martha McSally here. And this is like January 6th and everything that happened. So it's almost like a reminder of what happened and the lives that were lost that day. However, she's going to find the inner strength within her on with the voter certification of the vote. We have here, going to come slowly to her. Feels like she's going to be very late in terms of who she's voting for, but it may be a fool, but she'd end up acquitting the president. So it does feel like Kristen Sinema will vote, a Democratic senator will vote to acquit the president, former president of the United States. So I would say acquit. Remember, she does come from a ruby red state. Now keep in mind that none of this is ever set in stone, and that they make their own decision. They do have free will. But the last one is from a ruby red West Virginia, who Donald Trump won twice by 40 percentage points. And this is the last standing Democrat, almost the most conservative Democrat in the entire Senate, will be Joe Manchin. And so let's take a look at that. Will Joe Manchin vote to convict the former president of the United States? So right now, he hasn't made a decision in the past, but he is considering, he is being a bipartisan juror, and he will decide to convict. So yes, I do see Joe Manchin will convict the former president, which is interesting. So I'm going to pull up the screen here, and you guys will be able to see me fill in the rest of the colors. So we have Robert M. from New Jersey. And watch that number go over 67, okay? Raphael Warnock. convict. John Tester from Montana, he will vote to convict. All right, so we have Tim Kaine from Virginia, he will vote to convict. John Ossoff from Georgia, he will vote to convict. Jackie Rosen from Nevada, she will vote to convict the former president. We have here, we just surpassed Donald Trump will be the first president in American history to be convicted on the charges of insurrection against the United States, if this holds true on the day that they decide to vote. Just so you guys are aware of this, when I am recording this, this is 4:56 a.m. on Thursday, February 11th, 2021. And so for Mark Kelly from Arizona, he will vote to convict the former president. Kristen Sinema from Arizona will vote to acquit the president of the United States. We have here also as well as Joe Manchin from West Virginia will vote to convict the former president. What we have here is a map where we have 70 senators voting in favor of convicting the former president of the United States. Excuse me. Yep. Now we have 71 will vote in favor of convicting the former president of the United States, where there are 2 senators that are undecided, 3 will not be present, and 24 senators will vote to acquit the former president of the United States. And so right now, Donald Trump, as it currently stands today, looks like he will be convicted on the charges that the Senate is currently undergoing. Hi guys, so I hope you guys liked that video. I worked very hard on it. It took a very long time. I was not up. I was trying to edit it, and I ended up not going to bed until 7:30 in the morning. So there's that. But I am very dedicated to you guys. And so we're going to jump in and we're going to start looking at your questions. So we start reading on your questions that you guys have in the live chat as well. So I do hope you guys like that video that I just showed you. I'm just going to share a screen so you guys can look at the statistics of what I have put together for you and gathered for you. So I'm delighted to release the statistics that I gather on my impeachment, convicted, or acquitted video. How many senators were there? 97. How many senators that were missing? The average are 3. What's the vote count? 71 to 24. And the chances of conviction versus acquittal, conviction rate at what I just read on now will be 73% to acquittals 27%. Was it a lot higher for conviction, a lot lower for acquittal compared to the impeachment meditation video? Because I have less data from less people, of course, it seemed to be more along these lines. But you take it with a grain of salt, figure out what one you feel most resonates with you, and that is the final result. And so I do hope you guys like that part of the video. I hope it really energizes you, so you guys can look back at this video and see whether or not the senators voted in the way that I saw them voting. But, you know, they do have free choice of will, and so they may have an opportunity to change the way they're going to vote. And so I do hope you guys like this. No, I think they vote Saturday if the Trump defense team finished up tonight. I don't know if they finished. I didn't even check the news. I woke up not too long ago. All right, so if convicted, what will his punishment be? All the readers seem to agree he won't see any jail time. That's a little icky. Sometimes I get jail, sometimes I don't. So let's just take a look. You're very welcome. I'm glad you like this video. All right, so if Trump is convicted on the charges of insurrection against the United States, spirits and angels, what kind of punishment will he see? Will he see jail time? All right, so I heard from my guys, no jail time. We have here as well, he's had too many investigations coming after him. By putting him in jail, was halt a lot of those investigations. So they want to kind of like hit his reputation by letting him be convicted on all those charges investigation-wise. We see here, it's not only one thing. It seems like something big is underlying that we're unaware of right now. It's a matter of time. He will be convicted on a lot of things, but they want to make sure that a lot of those investigations are thoroughly going through so he can be convicted on all the crimes that he has done. because a lot of it is traitor to the United States, so it's very treasonous. So I think Camilla, you were asking earlier if Trump would be found on treason, and I would say it certainly looks like he will. So there's that. I may have to edit that part only because of YouTube. YouTube may ask you to remove this video, and I don't want them to. All right, so for the next question. All right, so Republicans should not be part of a jury when they are part of the crime. That I completely agree with. Now, someone said for Sandy, are the votes going to be secret or public? Someone said it was going to be public, but I could take a quick look and see if maybe they may twist over to secret. Will they vote in secret? Will they vote in secret? Or will they vote publicly? I heard publicly from my guys. Let's see what the cards have to say. Yeah, okay, so we have here, there was an opportunity for them to vote in secret, but it looks like they're out in the open. The out in the open is public, so it looks like they're voting publicly. So they're going to make their voices heard, so I will say for sure, it looks like to me they are going to vote publicly. So if you have any questions, put them in the live chat now. Okay, so let's take a look at that. All right. All right, so will Donald Trump ever go to prison? Ever? I heard from the guys, no. No. Because he won't make it to prison. He won't even, like, go there. Because we have here, again, in the past, he was the former president. Right now, this is how he's feeling. All his stress, him worrying about investigation, it's going to put a lot of stress on his body, so much so that you can kind of take a look at this and kind of figure out what he's doing. And no, it looks like to me he won't be on the planet for too long because of all the stress that these investigations are putting on him and his corruption within the United States government. So it doesn't seem to me that he will ever make it to prison, but he will be convicted on the charges. It's okay if you're late. You can always replay it later. Hi, MD, and hi, Guida. I think Trump team starts tomorrow. They only need 1 day. Cruz, Graham, Mike, Lee all met with Trump lawyers. This is not good. They are jurors. I know they shouldn't be meeting that with them. Unless they're telling them, like, remember, I think Cruz specifically, he might change his vote, what I got. So that's interesting to see. All right. All right, so will Mike Pence testify against the president? Will Mike Pence testify against the United States president? Well, I think they said no witnesses, but we can see. No, it's weird. It's weird. Like, it's a yes, but it's also no. It's kind of like a maybe. We have here in the past, he was VP. We have here as well in the past. Right now, he's not really considering it. But in the future, he may actually give up more information because he does want Trump convicted. He does want him convicted. And so he is going to give him more information. He will give them more information, but secretly. It's going to uncover a lot of things that Trump is trying to hide. But it will happen slowly. This information will happen slowly. It'll be like almost like breaking news type thing. It could also be that Trump actually resigned from the presidency earlier. So this could be one of those things. It could be something breaking news that we didn't know before. So, I don't know. It's something big. I will tell you that. Something big. Georgia started working on tampering with his voting when he called that guy to tell him to find the votes. Yeah, actually, there's two different separate investigations. One's the criminal probe, and the other one is a state investigator. So you're getting investigated twice in the state of Georgia. Will Trump and family be stripped of all post-presidential perks? That's interesting. Because they only need a simple majority, what the Democrats can easily do. All right, so Spears Singers will tell me, would Trump and his family be stripped of all post-presidential perks? Yeah, okay, so we have here the conservative president, and then we have here death to end. It's a change. So yes, I would definitely see for sure they are going to end those perks. Cruz is out for himself. He'll do whatever he thinks best is for his career, not for country. Yes, that is necessarily true, which is why I say that he is going to convict the president only because he wants to remove the president from the Republican nominee section for running again in the future. And so he's just really looking at it in terms of his political ambitions. So I would definitely say that. So someone has asked me about how can we unite as a country? And so let's just take a look at that. Spirit Angels tell me how will we reunite as a country? Okay. Interesting. So we have here at the top, it's the healthcare. The healthcare is the issue here. Education and healthcare seem to be what drive people apart. We have here on the left, it used to be the political figures, but it's not so much political, it's more so of class, or economic status, where you are on the social ladder. We have here's the media. The media is the one that's inciting a lot of this violence, a lot of this hate, a lot of this political division. It's holding on to the way things once were. And so a lot of these people are trying to steal from other people and hope that they don't notice. But people will notice because evidence is there. And so how we unite as a country is pretty different. It's pretty polarizing. Like, I would say, hold on. It is not a shocker or a surprise that the country is as polarized as it was today. I mean, really, if you look at the media is still polarizing. They give you facts, but they give you like they put information in onto the media to fill up the time. They're not giving you valuable information that's actually accurate. They will twist it in a way that makes one person hate another. They'll bring up problem, issues, or even say false statements, false information. So part of the problem is the media. The media is the issue. It's the core of a lot of things. And I think that is one thing that Trump has gotten right, was that you cannot trust the media to the full extent as you used to. And the reason why I say this is because the reason why Ronald Reagan is so well liked among the Republican Party is not because Ronald Reagan was good. The reason why Ronald Reagan was able to push this image was because in the past, the way the media got its information and only source was factually from the White House itself. In our modern time, we are so lucky to have outside sources for other information, so we don't depend on Donald Trump to tell us what to think and what to believe. Because if we did, our country right now would have reelected him, and we would have been in a lot worse situation than we were already in. So, you know, the media in general is the problem. I think that we can all agree on that. And it's not a brainer. It doesn't take a psychic to know that, right? So I don't see any more questions, so I'm going to end the video here today. If I know a lot of you guys have not been notified on YouTube. I feel like I've been shadow banned by YouTube potentially, so you guys are not being notified. So I do have my Facebook group, my Twitter, and my Instagram in the description below if you guys want to check them out as well. I highly recommend it. It's a great way to be notified. If you don't use any of your social medias, tell me what else you use so I can notify you manually so that you know when I'll be going live. And I will be using other outlets as well, like Patreon, maybe OnlyFans, where you guys can just go see, and it's free, and you guys don't have to use really anything. So whatever you want. So we have Ann Stan E. So how do we get the media to change? Will that happen? That's a good question. How do we get the media to change? Okay. Spirit Angels tell me, how do we get the media around the world to change? Okay, so it looks like what needs to happen is that a lot of these media needs to break up. It needs to divide itself within smaller little medias, independent medias. A lot of that's going to happen is through investigation and suing actual media corporations. And because of that, they're going to actually say more truthful than they were if they were a big monopoly. Now, keep in mind, if you guys research a lot of these news outlets and stuff like that, a lot of these news outlets, a lot of them, and funny enough, this is true, by the way, it's pretty accurate. a lot of them are owned by one person or at least 6 people. So 6 corporations control the entire all news media outlets. So keep that in mind going forward. It is a monopoly. This is a monopoly, just so you guys are aware of that. And so it takes a lot to break a monopoly down. So there's that. But I do hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content such as this. I'm going to try to come up with more information right now in what we call a creator's block, where I can't come up with any ideas. So if you have any ideas or videos to suggest, put them in the comments below, and I'll happily read them. In the meantime, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you guys. I love you, and have a very wonderful night. Bye.